Stability.
Independence.
Security.
These are life qualities we want for our future, for ourselves,
For our children.
For our people.
and it starts with us. Hi, I'm Carrie Lee.
I'm Cody Lynn.
I'm Zach.
Financial literacy is an issue that demands our attention. Canadians are not sufficiently preparing for their education, purchasing a home, starting a family, or their retirement.
We believe that everyone should be equipped with the proper financial knowledge to lead a well-balanced and manageable life. We are taking action and providing opportunities for individuals of all ages to learn, grow, and become comfortable with their finances.
Enactus Grand Falls Windsor has been delivering financial literacy projects across our region for the last 13 years. But this year we've revamped and we've enhanced our efforts by reaching out to our communities and getting businesses involved. 8 businesses came on board to help us take things to the next level.
Our new project called Dollars and Cents gives individuals of all ages a solid foundation of financial knowledge. We break things down into 6 tiers, beginning at the elementary level and continuing to retirement.
Each tier covers information that is relevant to the individual's stage in life, progressively building on concepts and incorporating activities that engage the audience in active learning. Our local business partners have provided the resources for these hands-on activities that are practical and related to everyday life.
Elementary students look at bills and coins and how to save money by differentiating between needs and wants. They are also introduced to basic banking concepts. For this level, we collaborated with the Newfoundland and Labrador Credit Union to empower youth to open their own bank accounts and begin to think towards their future.
The junior high tier builds on the information, adding concepts like the value of earning money through odd jobs and calculating dollar tax. Here we partnered with Gentleman B, a small retail business in Grand Falls, Windsor that has been in operation for the last 20 years.
Owners Chris and Denise Clark have a family of their own and understand the importance of teaching financial literacy. They supply a mock catalog of their products, and then students participate in a hands-on cost activity. At the end of this activity, students are then presented with a gift certificate for Gentleman B, ensuring Chris and Denise are supported in return.
High school students are introduced to basic interest and tax concepts to ensure they are educated about the risk of credit cards and quick solutions for cash as they prepare to move on from high school. There's also discussion about part-time jobs, workers' rights, and saving.
Post-secondary goes further in depth, thoroughly covering credit concepts, interest rates, and consumerism. Sobeys came on board to help us give these students a realistic idea of meal planning and budgeting.
This year, we introduced an international tier, tailored to accommodate international students and new Canadians. We combine main points from tiers 1 to 4 with added content focused on Canadian labor and employment standards.
In partnership with Welcome NL, we proudly helped 17 new citizens become more familiar with Canadian currency and develop financial independence with the ability to manage funds and budget to their needs.
Let's hear what these international students learned from Dollars and Cents.
For me personally, credit card is very confusing that we don't know that how much payment we have to pay in between the period, like minimum payment.
We have to spend money according to our needs and don't think about what we want and spend according to our basic needs.
Yeah.
And this is beneficial for us.
In India, we just have the rupees. We don't have the we don't go beyond that. In Canada, there's $1. In that $1, there is 100 cents. So in this we can go with the decimal currency also, but not in India. I find very confusing sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Enactus.
Retirement is the final tier of Dollars and Cents and focuses on modern financial topics such as online banking, credit card compromise, and utilizing seniors discounts.
Also this year, in collaboration with the College of the North Atlantic and the Exploits Community Coalition, our team hosted free tax clinics for low-income families and post-secondary students. Service Canada provided our members with the training needed to facilitate these workshops.
Through our various financial literacy projects, we have directly impacted 132 individuals, working hard to ensure everyone from all walks of life has access to the knowledge needed going forward.
Enactus Grand Falls Windsor is thrilled to announce that after Dollars and Cents, our participants increased their overall financial knowledge by 41%.
From the 10-year-old child just learning about money,
To the international student finding their way in a new country,
to the mature adult trying to sustain their quality of life.
we have helped equip these individuals with the tools necessary to work towards a stronger financial future.
we saw the need.
We identified the opportunities.
And we actively pursued solutions.
We are Enactus Grand Falls Windsor.
According to Statistics Canada, 73% of working-age adults with intellectual disabilities who live on their own are affected by poverty. A major contributing factor is that 81% of those living with disabilities do not graduate high school. Moreover, the average income for those working-age individuals is less than half of that of those without a disability. These factors combined mean that young adults with intellectual disabilities are at a disproportionate risk of financial exploitation. With the cards stacked against some of the most vulnerable people in our society, we felt inspired to make a difference. Whilst we're unable to address all of the issues affecting young adults with intellectual disabilities, we knew that we could help provide education to improve their financial stability, and so we started a financial literacy project called FLIT. To begin, we consulted with the Achieve class on our own campus. Achieve is an NSCC program for intellectually challenged youth to learn the life skills needed to prepare for future education, employment, and participation in their communities. From this consultation, we learned the students wanted to improve their knowledge of budgeting, credit cards, and saving for the future. In addition, we realised they required a hands-on program in order to maximise their educational needs. This research led us to the creation of the FLIT board game. This hands-on, interactive and fun learning experience provides participants the opportunity to develop their financial awareness through experiential learning. The FLIT board game is a traditional board game in the sense that players move around the board using the roll of a dice. What makes this game unique is that players will select a career profile at the beginning, which assigns a wage, routine expenses, and a career path. As players progress around the board, they may land on places where a random card must be drawn. These cards can either be a source of income or expenses that must be paid. As players progress through the game, they must record these income and expense transactions on a reconciliation sheet. This helps players to monitor their spending and plan for future expenses, as certain places on the board are routine expenditures. Another key feature of the game is the use of financial tips. Designated places on the board will require a player to pick up a financial tip card and read it aloud to the rest of the players. This helps to educate the players on topics such as savings, credit cards, fraud, amongst others. Financial fraud being a concern for many people, we have dedicated a place on the board where players are asked a fraud-related question. On a correct answer, they avoid being a victim and the game moves on. However, for an incorrect answer, they become a victim of fraud and must surrender a predetermined sum of money. Many low-income groups living paycheck to paycheck report that they require short-term credit to supplement their income. This game helps to educate individuals on how best to manage their cash flow through the use of short-term debt in the form of a credit card. Players can opt to use a credit card to pay for expenses rather than having to use cash. Their limit will be determined by the wage on their profile card. Players will be required to make payments on their outstanding balance every time they make it around the board. If a balance remains on their card, interest will be applied to the balance to simulate the cost of short-term debt. After weeks of game development, we took a prototype version of the game to the Achieve class, where we measured their financial literacy awareness before going into the game. We then measured their awareness after 2 hours of playing the game. Before playing, we learned that a few students did not know they could gain interest on savings accounts and viewed interest as a negative, citing credit card interest rates as their evidence. We also learned that a few had been victims of financial fraud, such as sending money to individuals on a buy and sell website, never receiving what they purchased, and later finding the seller's ad and account deleted. After the game, the students exhibited a higher understanding of personal finances, specifically the inflows and outflows of cash through routine and unexpected incomes and expenditures. One student even learned that they had been an unknown victim of fraud in the past, when they purchased an item and tried to return it, and found that they were unable to until they had been billed for the full price. They remarked that they now know what to look for in the future. At NSCC PICTOU, we started to get the wheel moving for these students, but as shown before, it takes a lot of work and time to become financially literate. Enactus NSCC PICTOU will continue to support these students while developing an online version of the game so that others may benefit from the learning opportunity.
At Enactus Memorial, we recognize the importance of financial education and we implement it in every project we run. Today I am going to highlight two of our projects, Finlit.ca and Princess Operation Entrepreneur. Financial literacy equips us with the knowledge and skills we need to manage money effectively. Without it, our financial decisions and the actions we take or don't take lack a solid foundation for success. Realizing the importance of this, we connected our project participants with a tailored financial literacy program that works for them. This provides the people we work with the skills and steps they need to improve their future. Considering only 20% of high schoolers say they're comfortable with their personal finances, is it any wonder that 77% of university graduates have regrets about the money they spend while in school? With student debt higher than ever, it is especially important that students have the knowledge to protect themselves from the high cost of living and student loans before it's too late. Realizing the need to address financial literacy with students, we partnered with Memorial's Faculty of Business to create a free online personal finance course, Finlit.ca. We are helping our target audience to proactively take charge of their finances through an interactive platform that teaches the essentials of financial education to students and young adults. Our website teaches its content through short modules such as taxes, investment planning, debt, and budgeting. Since our website launched 11 months ago, we have had over 9,900 interactions, hitting all four corners of the world, from Canada to Japan, Ecuador to Australia, and everywhere in between. Currently, we have 384 consistent users, an increase of 51% over the last 2 months. To extend our reach, we are working with the Canadian Foundation for Economic Education to get Finlit.ca in the hands of people all across Canada. This partnership will allow us to improve financial stability nationwide. In addition, through our partnership with Memorial University Student Experience Office and Student Union, Finlit.ca is on track to reach more than 18,000 students enrolled across all of our campuses. By the end of 2020, we project that Finlit.ca will reach all 96 universities across Canada, reaching over 100,000 students. Even after we leave school, lifelong learning is essential for surviving in today's world. But for those transitioning out of the military, it can be particularly difficult to reintegrate back into society. With this in mind, we wanted to take the opportunity to be able to give back to our nation's military. For the heroes who have given so much to serve our country, we created POE, Princess Operation Entrepreneur. This week-long entrepreneurial accelerator program started in 2008 and teaches transitioning Canadian Forces members how to apply the skills they've learned in the military to starting their own businesses. A key component of building a business is financial education. We work with university professors and industry experts to provide participants with knowledge of accounting principles, financial statements, and capital investments. Recognizing that 35% of Canadian veterans are unemployed and 32% report difficulty transitioning back into civilian life, POE offers opportunity for those leaving the military to take the skills they develop while serving and to refocus them on a new mission, building a business. POE is Canada's largest entrepreneurial transition program for veterans and has even been recognized by Prince Charles as the best entrepreneurial program in the country. It's currently running on 4 university campuses across Canada, and there is even a version of our program running in Australia. This year, POE has reached 461 veterans, with the businesses that participated in the program at the St. John's campuses generating over $4 million in revenue. Whether it's empowering our country's veterans, teaching students the fundamentals of personal finances, we make financial literacy and inclusion a focus of all our projects. At Enactus Memorial, we identify opportunity, take action, and enable progress while making financial education a top priority.
Throughout post-secondary education, most students find themselves in thousands of dollars in debt and a lack of financial independence. In fact, New Brunswick students have 50% more debt than the national average. Our average consumer debt is over $22,000, and our average student debt sits even higher at $25,000. Our unemployment rate is at 7.5%, making us more volatile than other provinces in this country.
Currently in the Anglophone West School District, there lacks a program in the curriculum for students to learn financial literacy skills. Moreover, many students are required to take certain classes that they may find irrelevant to their future plans.
My name is Victoria.
And my name is Emma.
And we're here today to tell you about PICTOU. Our team at Enactus UNB saw an opportunity to tackle the financial strain in our province before it truly becomes a reality by targeting the younger generation and providing them with resources to teach these students how to take charge of their own financial futures. If we give these students the tools they need to make and manage their money, financial strain will no longer be an issue in this province.
After doing some research, we discovered that there is no other service in the province of New Brunswick that offers this curriculum and targets the financial needs of secondary school students. These students often feel lost or confused as they enter into a crucial part of their lives. Many are thinking about moving away from home in the near future, yet lack the financial independence and the knowledge of where to start.
During our needs assessment, we found that the majority of secondary school students lack the skills to be financially independent, which is why we created a program to give students the confidence they need to take charge of their financial future.
PICTOU is a project that works with secondary school students through interactive workshops led by Enactus volunteers that teach students necessary skills like how to balance a budget, how to apply for scholarships, how to present yourself in an interview, and multiple other core life skills. We divide our time between presentations and interactive small group exercises that the students find relevant to their financial futures.
And we're doing all of this while empowering youth. Through PICTOU, we've created our ambassador program, which puts secondary school students in leadership roles in this project. Our ambassadors assist us with marketing, recruitment, organization, and administration. They also played a crucial role in connecting us with our partners. Our partners provided us with the location to host our workshops. With the help of our ambassadors, we were able to create partners with Fredericton High School, Leo Hayes High School, and Junior Achievement New Brunswick. Bennis was our student ambassador at Fredericton High School. Let's hear about his experience working with PICTOU.
I learned a lot actually, not only from the workshops that PICTOU has offered so far, but also skills such as organizing club dates, spreading the word out within the school. I learned how to be a very good public speaker, where I had to do a bunch of presentations to present the PICTOU Club.
After our scholarships workshop, Bennis was the recipient of an $80,000 scholarship to Queen's University, and with his help, we were able to create the PICTOU Club at Fredericton High School, which gave us the opportunity to host monthly workshops for the students. This program also allows these students to graduate with a club credit on their transcript.
But we didn't stop there. We saw the need for these kinds of workshops within our own university community, which is why Enactus UNB has opened these workshops to UNB and St. Thomas University to give them the sense of financial independence that they so often lack.
This year, PICTOU was the recipient of a $3,000 grant from RBC's Future Launch program. This grant has allowed us to take action and really create the impact that we envisioned for this project. This year, we have lifted PICTOU off the ground and impacted 70 students so far through 5 different workshops, and we aren't stopping there.
PICTOU still has 7 more workshops planned by May 2020, where we hope to impact another 80 students. Angel was one of our students this year. We asked her about the value she saw in these workshops.
But yeah, in school, it's barely mentioned. Even in math, you work on it for probably, a couple days, and that's about it. You don't learn too much about it, and it's a very important life skill that everyone needs to learn.
Because of our success with PICTOU this year, it has inspired us to take this project to a larger scale. In future years, PICTOU hopes to expand to St. John, Moncton, and eventually across the Maritimes.
With PICTOU, we've enabled progress and empowered youth to be financially independent, proving that the story of New Brunswick youth does not have to mean thousands of dollars in debt. This project has the potential to change the financial education system across New Brunswick and eventually across Canada. We are Enactus UNB, and we are rewriting the story of New Brunswick.
Canadian youth are becoming financial consumers earlier in their lives than ever before. Cell phone contracts, credit cards, and education loans all require youth to manage money, and if not well managed, can have long-lasting consequences. So are youth concerned about their financial education? Often they do not seek out resources because they do not know about them or are unclear of the relevance or value of financial education in their lives. At Enactus NSCC IVANY campus, we discovered that additional barriers are present for youth from low-income backgrounds. These youth may face low literacy and numeracy levels, language barriers, addiction issues, and parental neglect. We learned that mobilizing mentors, reducing barriers, and allowing students to apply what they are learning is the most effective way to transfer financial education knowledge. Last year, we launched a new business at the Homebridge Youth Society in Dartmouth. Homebridge is a nonprofit organization that provides residential care in the child welfare system. These youth come to Homebridge in crisis and face the additional barriers we discovered. How would we engage them in financial education? We designed a social enterprise that presented the youth an opportunity to address some current issues, help them experience entrepreneurship, earn money, and have an opportunity to manage that money to give them options for their futures. This is Project High Five. With the youth at Homebridge, we launched Wax Wrap. Wax Wrap sells eco-friendly wraps that preserves food and reduces plastic waste. Beeswax Food Wrap is flexible and will cling to surfaces. This product will help reduce the amount of plastic that Nova Scotians contribute to landfills each day. We designed the social enterprise with 5 main fundamentals: to build self-confidence and self-awareness in youth through entrepreneurial and environmental workshops, to empower youth through entrepreneurial action in hopes to provide them sustainable employment, to educate the youth on the impacts of single-use plastic, to teach the youth the importance of bees to our food security by connecting them to local beekeepers for our beeswax supply, and to reduce the amount of waste in our landfills and CO2 released into our atmosphere. The product is made by taking a piece of cloth that is then coated in melted beeswax. This beeswax wrap can be used as many times as you want. This wrap is washed gently in cold water. When the quality of the beeswax starts to deteriorate, it is simple to apply more wax to extend the life of the wrap. It can be remelted in the oven whenever needed to kill bacteria and keep it fresh. We sell wraps in packs of 3 for $15. Let's hear from Renee, the Communications Director at Homebridge, about the impact High Five will have on the youth she works with.
Unfortunately, the outcomes for youth in care are not always very optimistic. In fact, statistics show that 68% of them will experience homelessness at some point in their life. The High Five program, however, is helping to change this statistic. The participants are gaining valuable life skills and employability skills that will help to better prepare them for successful independent living in the future. They're learning entrepreneurial skills like marketing, sales, and business planning. They're also gaining experience in product production and customer service that they can list on their resume. And just as importantly, they're building the confidence and resilience they need to keep working towards a brighter future.
We keep a focus on education and creating a strong future for these youth by cycling through workshops, both for the business and their own personal finances. This provides a strong foundation for the youth to create and sell their wraps and have personal budgeting skills. Last year, the name and logo were created by the youth at the Society. They also designed the packaging. This year, we are working with 7 youth. They have now been trained to independently take over the production of the wraps, and our team has held 2 workshops and 15 production meetings. At regionals last year, we had $450 in pre-sales as wrap production only began in late March. This year, the youth have already sold 91 packages for a total sales of $1,365. That means our sales are up 203% year over year. Our profit margin on the wraps is 75%, which means the youth have earned $1,023.75. The staff at Homebridge help us distribute the profits to the youth who are part of the business, and through our guidance, the youth get to spend their hard-earned money. The youth have sold their wraps through Friends of the Homebridge Youth Society, and with our support, wrap sales have happened on campus, at local markets, and online. Young Nova Scotians are the key to the future success of the province. We have found a way to ensure a safe, secure, and non-judgmental learning environment that helps these youth absorb financial information. And we are Enactus, NSCC IVANY Campus.